What's going on, guys? This is Chris Valencia, DJ and producer, and you're logged on to bringthehousedown.com. It's weird because a lot of DJs use this answer. They went to a house party and they saw a DJ and it like totally changed their life. And yeah, that kind of happened to me. I'd always listen to the radio. I was just always interested in what these guys actually did. So when I actually witnessed that firsthand, I really wanted to find out more about it, and took on its own when I first got my equipment and all that. First major gig, I'd have to say Mansion, not too long ago. That's when I realized that this was something that I definitely wanted to be doing, because I've been DJing since I was 12, 13 years old and doing clubs since I was 14. So I've been doing this for a really long time. But being able to play your own stuff that you've sat in the studio for hours on end and played whatever you worked on just to a whole mess of people, and in Mansion of all places, it was just such a special night, and it was really great. Yeah. It was this set of equipment. It was called DJ in a Box, and it was this corny picture of a guy like on these two turntables, like yeah. Anyway, and it was these set of blue turntables with a blue mixer, and it was the turntables were like these belt drive turntables that I think my mom's like home stereo equipment was better than what I was using. But yeah, it was pretty bad. But we all gotta start somewhere, right? Well, today it's a little bit more complex and a little more fancier, you could say. But I use the CDJ 2000s that Pioneer makes, as well as their DJ M900 Nexus mixer. And what's great about them is that I could literally just show up to a club and stick in some USBs in there, and I'm fine. I have hours and hours worth of music in my USB. And back when I first started, it was vinyl, and I would have all my friends come in with me inside the club for free because they had all my bags of vinyl. And then the whole laptop thing started, and to see how everything's evolved to where it is today, and the fact that I could just show up with two sticks, like it's awesome. I'd have to say that when I moved to New York back in 2009, it was something that I had just decided to take a break from doing clubs and focus more on my education. So I graduated, moved to New York. I didn't have anything going on. I had my podcast. I felt like I wanted to contribute in this whole scene. So I figured, the next step obviously is to start producing. So right when I start from day one doing my first track, it just hit me as crazy. I just totally consumed by it, and all I do. It was tough because that name has been around, especially with me for a long time. Since I was 14, since I started doing clubs. I just felt that my sound was maturing, and not only DJing wise, I've definitely have gotten better, especially behind the new set of equipment that I use, but also I'm learning a lot of new stuff in the elements of production and everything, and just some of the stuff that I'm experimenting with just really coming together in full circle, and I just felt that it was time to switch over to the new name. I would have to say the Nicky Romero remix to Green Velvet's Flash. No matter what time of the night that you're spinning, that everybody just goes nuts for that one song, which is it's classic. No matter whether tech guys play it, progressive house guys play it, it's something that spans throughout all different genres of house music. The old one was amazing. This Nicky Romero remix was just ridiculous. I'd have to say just just a sense of excitement for leaving whatever troubles they have behind, whatever it is, for 1 hour, 2 hours, whatever, however long they were inside the club. Just be able to have a feeling that they've had a blast and just a really great time. And I love making people happy, especially at all my gigs. Living in New York for the past 2 years, I'm a huge tech house head, techno, deep house. So that's really what I'm more into, as well as the tribal stuff. So that's really what New York is known for. But having moved back home to Miami, I've noticed that my sets are a little bit more into the progressive and electro side. So I still like it, but that's not. I'm more into the whole like the Spanish house with the congas and all that stuff. I never really prepare anything. I like going into a venue not knowing what I'm gonna play, and it's more exciting. It keeps me on my toes. No matter which club I go to, I tend to bring this energy with my sets, because I like to take people, as corny as it sounds, like on a musical journey, whatever. And it's and I go through all the different genres. There's a lot of guys now, they come into this wanting to be the next Afrojack or the next, so they come in and they think that they're gonna play the Beatport top 10 throughout their entire night, and so it's like 11 o'clock at night and club's empty, maybe just a staff walking around, and they're like going in like they're Swedish House Mafia. And it doesn't work like that. You have to do your research on all the different stuff, and that's kind of like how my sets are. I go from tech house to the more groovy stuff, and then into the progressive stuff. So it's like that's something that I always hear from people, that I take them on this journey, and that's something that all this energy that I bring with my sets, really transcend, just goes. For some reason, I have this attachment to Nikki Beach, just because it's one of my favorite clubs just to go and hang out. But it also has the same vibe and the same type of style, in the sense that that I experienced back home in New York, where everything is more on the techno, tech house, the groovy stuff, on that sort of vibe. That's really what Nikki Beach is all about, and I love it. So that's really, for me, that's one of my favorite clubs in Miami. My first gig after moving to New York, I came back and did a show at this club. It was actually a lounge called Vice. It's not open anymore, but it was right next to Set, and it was actually pretty big. Being able to come in, I was the headlining DJ that night, and it was around the time when Dirty South's remix to Coming Home, the I'm Coming Home song, was really popular. So being the headline DJ, obviously I started off with that, and to see the whole club go nuts when the song just kicked in, and having my friends, my family, everybody that was there go crazy as well, that was something really special, and that to me is something that I always remember. What's next? Well, I have a few remixes coming out within the next couple months. I'm currently working on a remix for one of my good friends, Mike Russ. He has a track with Zashino, who did the vocals for the song. It's called In Your Arms, and it's a really cool track. It was when I got the project, it was something that I was excited to do, because the original already is amazing. And it's one of those tracks where it's, you don't want to take it and dissect it and just mess it up, really. But I put my own spin on it, and I'm really excited. I can't wait to we're in the process actually right now of mixing and mastering it, and so I'm just excited to get the whole final project finished. But I just finished doing a remix for Clubstream Records, which is a label that I deal with a lot in Sweden, and yeah, I have that stuff coming up. I have my podcast that I just revamped. It's called Get House Radio, and it's something I do every month. You can get it for free download on iTunes. Just search Chris Valencia, or you could do Get House Radio, whichever one. And it's on there. I'm launching my YouTube channel in the fall, and it's gonna be Chris Valencia TV. So you could just check that out on YouTube. It's Chris Valencia TV, and yeah, just DJing gigs, and DJing gigs. Something I never get tired of doing. So guys, you can check me out on Twitter at djchrisvalencia.com, or you can check out my website, www.chrisvalencia.com. Take care.